going on, webheads? Roundaway here. Yeah, Nen Impact is about to come out in literally just a couple weeks. Yeah, I've been planning to make this video for a long time, but I was really just waiting for the full roster to be revealed, and it has been for a while, but I've just been like constantly forgetting to do this video. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this game still, even though like despite everybody being like negative about it, about the graphics, and me knowing that it's not really gonna do that well just because of how the game looks. But hey, it's one of my favorite fighting game devs making this game, and I'm gonna be happy playing the game regardless, like even though I do wish it was a little bit more higher quality and it had a bigger budget. But okay, let's move away from like the negative shit and just get into like what this video is about. So we only have one character confirmed for season 1, which is Pito, aka that stupid fucking cat that I hate. Yeah, that just got me thinking, like what if this game actually does sell well? And well, we are gonna get the rest of the characters obviously, but like what if there was characters after season 1? Now realistically, how many seasons do I think this game's gonna have? Probably 2, if anything. You know, a lot of like lower budget anime games like this rely on DLC sales to actually like, you know, keep making characters and stuff, whether the game actually be alive or not. But I think this game will be big enough with like, you know, the Discord / Hunter x Hunter community to like actually keep this game afloat. Yeah, I don't think this game is gonna have like 5+ seasons like any other fighting game out there. I think realistically we'll get at least a second season if the first season does well, but I have enough characters to make, I think, technically 3 character seasons. There's no stages so far that's going to be confirmed. Maybe season 2 will have like DLC stages, or maybe they'll release stages separately or something, but this is only going to be about characters I think are going to be in. So I'm going to be talking about season 1 first, and I'm just going to be finishing the rest of season 1 and then moving to the characters I think that will be in like future seasons. I actually made a chart basically to like graph out my logic for this. Blue characters being like the rest of season 1, like I said, and there being colors that I will explain later for the other characters that I think will be added. So we're already filling up season 1 slot with 2 characters. This is gonna be Poof and Yuppie. Okay, we're just filling out the rest of the Royal Guard because we already have Meruem in the game, so it'd be really weird if like all 3 of them just weren't playable or separated throughout the season. So yeah, that's already 2 character slots taken up. I think Poof would be really fun and interesting. Like, he's already just such like an acrobatic, like fast character. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he'd be the only flying character in the game like that can actually like would have like a flight mode, like something like Iron Man, for example, in like Marvel vs. Capcom. And this is like, I'm gonna be comparing this game to Marvel vs. Capcom 3 a lot because it's literally the same devs and the same style of game, so that's just why I'm using that as like a reference. Also, his like weird ass ability to like basically just control a bunch of little tiny versions of himself. I could see that as like a super, or you could just like summon them and shit. Like how Nappa can summon the Cyberman and Dragon Ball Fighters. And of course, the final Royal Guard, I mean, there's not really much we have to say with him, you know what I mean? Just like look at him. He's big, he's just like a big red guy. You know, he's got the 4 arms and shit. I just think of instantly like Goro from Mortal Kombat, that style of like rush punches and like walking punches and stuff like that. But I'm also thinking like DBS Broly from Fighters again, where like he could like chain multiple command grabs into each other, because this game has a lot of like, you know, big powerhouse characters, because, you know, Enhancer's just like that type of Nen ability. And there's a lot of characters, like it's just probably the easiest archetype to make, but we don't have any like true grapplers as far as I understand in this game. At least, correct me if I'm wrong, because honestly I probably should have watched like some of the character trailers beforehand just to like refresh myself. But yeah, I don't think there's any like true grapplers, so he could be like the game's first real like multi like layered command grab character. Also give him Hagar Lariat assist, because why not? That shit would be so fucking broken. And then the final character I think would be added in season 1 is Shizuku, because I mean, well, reasons, and also she's just like really popular because, like I said, reasons. But yeah, it's just extremely popular. Would be really fucking weird if she wasn't in this game in some way. I'm honestly surprised she wasn't in the base roster, to be honest, especially because this game doesn't really have that many female characters. Plus, I think her moveset's really easy to make because she could like suck up things with a vacuum, and I mean, she technically can't do like net Nen thing. She can't like suck up Nen abilities, but I think we could just stretch that a little bit for this game, you know what I mean? Like, it's a fighting game. Who really cares if it's super lore accurate? Especially because we've seen with this game, they've stretched a lot of characters' like abilities, you know what I mean? Be a little bit more fitting for an actual game. So yeah, make her suck up attacks and like be able to spit them out. She could also have like a weird command grab and stuff where she could like drain health from the opponent with like the vacuum's teeth, because the vacuum can suck blood, if you remember that. So, and also she could literally just like, you know, bash people to death with a vacuum cleaner, which is a really funny thing that I do want to see in this game. And maybe, you know what, you could even extend it so that maybe she could like pull people in and stuff with the vacuum cleaner too. I feel like they could make a great moveset for her if they really thought about it. Yeah, like I said, that's probably gonna just be the first season. That's a pretty safe bet, honestly, because like, you know, the Royal Guards have to be there, and then the one fan favorite character, and they're all kind of evil in a way. Well, you know what I mean? Like, they're all like antagonists. The only real antagonists that we have are like Phantom Troop members, and then like each main arc's big villain. So yeah, just like a few extra villains. Also, honestly, there's not many other Phantom Troop members I think they really could add. I mean, I'm about to mention 2 more, but moving on to season 2. Now, I just labeled this season 2 plus because who knows? Like, this is enough for technically 3 seasons if each season has 4 characters. We're just gonna be talking about 8 extra characters that I think could be in the game, but may or may not be in the game. Like I said, if there is a season 2, some of these will be there, and who knows if there's like an extra season or not. So all the characters that were just part of season 1, they're just labeled blue, but here, this is where I actually brought out like a multi-tiered like coloring system for each character and their likelihood. Purple being very likely. Like, purple is basically, you're gonna be in this game. Like, I would be very surprised if whoever I put in purple does not end up showing up in some capacity. Green is possible. Like, it's very possible they could be in the game, but not too sure. Like, it's like an 80% chance, basically. Like, they could be in or not, but they probably would get in over some other character, but not any purple character. Like, purple is higher than green. Also, I don't know why I chose these specific colors, but that's just, you just deal with it. I don't know, man. Yellow is unlikely. Like, basically, you're probably not gonna be in the game. It would be cool, or I think they could actually be in the game, but it's like really slim. Orange is like, yeah, nah, like, you're probably not gonna be in this. Now, starting off with like the actual characters, Knuckle and Shoot, I think they're gonna be one character, and they're most definitely getting in. Like, I think they're popular enough, they're very important to the Chimera Ant arc, and it'd just be weird, you know what I mean? We have Morel in the game, and like, it'd be weird not to have Shoot and Knuckle. I think Shoot would be the main playable character, mainly because he's more unique, and like I said, we already have a bunch of like punch guys in this game. Like, we have a lot of like enhancers. I mean, well, he's sort of like a conjurer and enhancer too, I guess, Knuckle, I mean. But Shoot, you know, he has like long limbs. He could like separate his like weird hands or whatever. And also he has the birdcage ability, which I think paired with APR would just be a nasty ass combo. Like, enabling, or I guess disabling, the ability to like attack and use your meter / net abilities would be absolutely crazy in this type of fighting game. And I think it fits like how bonkers this game is gonna be. But yeah, I think these two would be great as like a DLC character, and I'm surprised they weren't base roster. Next up, we got Nobunaga, which might seem like a weird character to just put, you know, a random Phantom Troop member, but honestly, I think he's cool. Like, I don't know, he's just a really like cool, vibey character. And I think his like gimmick of him, like, he doesn't really have like a specific Nen ability. He's just really good with like Een. Well, as far as we've seen, that's only like what he really does. But I like his idea, and I like that as like a character archetype. Like the samurai stance character, like Yuzuriha and Under Night, and Yasuho from 2XKO, which is coming out probably soon this year, hopefully. Yeah, I think it would be a good contrast because he'd be kind of slow and not have that good ground movement. But I feel like he'd have really good assist and also like be really good at like keeping everyone at bay, because a lot of characters in this game will just be like, you know, like air dashing and like fucking running around, wave dashing and shit. So I feel like he'd be a good stop to all of that. So that's why I chose him. Next we have Illumi, and I mean, like, come on, it's Illumi. How can he not be in this game? Again, another base roster character. I think he probably should have just been in here. And yeah, his like manipulation and like pins and stuff like that, I could see it being like Baby in Fighters, like how Baby can like steal your assist and stuff, especially like this specific aspect of stealing your assist after you've killed them already. Like all of your dead characters, he can just use against you. I feel like that'd be really sick and like a good thing they could just like, you know, kind of take from fighters. Next we have Kaluto, I think that's his name. Basically Killua's brother, or one of Killua's brothers obviously. And this is the guy with like the paper ability that like is in the Phantom Troop for a little bit. Listen, I kind of just put him here because why not? I don't know, I'm just thinking of like, especially because how he uses his like paper abilities. Sort of like Yukiko from Persona 4 Arena, how he could like just zone out. Or I guess she could just zone out with like petals and stuff. That's basically it. I don't really think they're gonna be in the game, like I said, because I mean, like, come on. Like, I think they're probably one of the like the least popular Zoldycks, honestly. I think Killua's dad is more like than this guy, just because he doesn't really like do much. I mean, hey, if you're a Kaluto fan, my bad, I guess. I'm not too sure, but so I just want to clarify, Killua's dad, like, I'm not saying he fucking does like a lot, but like, you know, I just think he's just more popular because it's Killua's dad. Another character that I really don't think is going to be in the game, Palm. I mean, the only reason I included her was mainly just because, you know, she is just like a weird, violent character, and she becomes a Chimera Ant, and she gets like the armor thing, like with her hair, but like there's really not much of a moveset because her net ability is like a passive thing, really. Like, I mean, the Chimera Ant ability gives her the armor, but it's just like, she would just be punching things. That's all she really does. I mean, she does have knives. I mean, she is important, like, don't get it twisted, but it's just like, I don't think that would sell DLC. Like, oh guys, I'm ready to buy Palm. Like, I don't think that's a thing. This next character is gonna be like a real buyer. Like, everyone's gonna buy this fucking character, dude. Killua's granddad? I think his name is Zeno. Yeah, Zeno Zoldyck. He's so fucking cool, dude. Like, him and Netero, when they were in the Chimera Ant arc and he came off of the fucking dragon, that shit was so hard, bro. He needs to be in this game. Like, I think everyone can agree Zeno would be sick as fuck in this game. I don't really even need to elaborate on that. Like, alright, we're reaching the end, and honestly, the last two characters are kind of like jokes a little bit. Well, the last one is definitely a joke character, but Bolonov, like, he's so weird. Like, we need weird characters in this game. A lot of the characters are just kind of like normal. I mean, I know it's Hunter x Hunter and everyone's weird, but like, you know what I mean? Like, Bolonov, bro, like, he's definitely the type of like character you would just see like randomly in like season 2 or fucking 3. Like, probably just in the middle. And I mean, he does have weird ass abilities with his fucking, like, you know, he could just box straight up, or like use his weird holes and create weapons, and a super where he just summons fucking like Jupiter or Mars or whatever would just be so funny. Like, just imagine just seeing that, and you've never like you're playing this game and you've never like watched Hunter x Hunter, and you just see this fucker pull that shit off. And the last one, motherfucking main man Bolster, bro. What do y'all know about Bolster? I don't even know if I'm saying, or Boulder, or whatever his name is. The lobster dude with the like machine guns. You know, I'm joking, but yeah, that's basically gonna be it for this video. I mean, Bolster is my #1 MVP, bro. Best character. But yeah, that's really it, and I think I'm fine with all of these predictions. Who knows, maybe when the game actually comes out and we see like more DLC, or if I'm just completely wrong about Season 1, I'll make another video talking about who else I think it could be. But yeah, see ya.